Welcome to the West Indian Women Network. I am Priscilla Ramcharan here in the United States, and I have a lovely guest who is experiencing sunny weather in the Caribbean. So, welcome. Introduce yourself, please.
Hello, I am Candice Mohan, celebrity hairstylist to Trinidad and Tobago and international. So I'm thankful to be here. Thank you so much, Priscilla.
Woohoo, you're welcome, and thank you for joining us. So, tell us, how did you get started in the beauty industry?
Fun fact is actually as a teenager, I came from very humble beginnings. So basically it was a startup. Actually, I started as a receptionist in a hair salon to fund my degree, which later turned into the career that I now have.
That
Long
is
story, but
fantastic.
yeah, it was just a side job. It was basically a side job to pay for my actual schooling,
And it
academic.
became your career.
Eventually, yes, so later down in life, I reverted to it at a point in my life just out of just help. I was helping a friend and then I end up back full time in the business.
That's wonderful. So what were you studying?
So actually I wanted to work offshore because I'm from an oil and gas background, being I grew up in Mayara. Now Mayara is a rural community in Trinidad and Tobago, which is oil and gas based. And you have everyone that you grew up with in the same industry. So it was just follow suit. It was
Right.
easy. Yeah, no. So basically oil and gas, yes.
Oh, okay. Very interesting. So funny how we start with a certain vision in mind and then
Yes.
life takes us down a
Somewhere.
different part. So what's your favorite part of your career?
Thus far, I would say just being able to be a parent and to be self-employed and a business owner. So you're an entrepreneur and you can explore those aspects, but still have the time to be a parent, which to me is two jobs in one.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. I also have two. So I would say
Yeah.
that's a whole other career.
Correct. It is. So I mean, I think for me the best part of that is that being self-employed and a business owner that helped me to be able to find the time to do both things.
Awesome. So tell me what inspires you each day to get up and get going?
And we reverse to the same question you just said. My kids. I mean,
Yeah.
the fact that I have to provide for them out of necessity also fuels that drive so that I cannot afford to fail. I can't, I mean, if anything, the impression I leave on my children is the most important thing. So yes, the factor of provision is important,
Hmm.
but also as a role model to them, that makes me jump out of that bed and said, hey, yeah, nobody could sleep in today. And leave an
Right.
example because I can't ask them to be academically profound if I am like lazy. It doesn't work that way. So once they see that I'm motivated and I'm moving ahead and I'm doing stuff and I'm trying to, they get into that mindset. So it's by
Absolutely.
example.
Yes, we have to practice what we preach,
We preach,
right?
correct, yes,
Because then we'll be hypocrites.
pretty much.
That's awesome. Now, in terms of, helping others with their hair and, just making them feel good, what motivates you in that direction?
So meeting multiple personalities on a daily basis and even age brackets because you
Mm.
have the youngest. I mean, one of my clients, the youngest clients I've ever done was probably a couple months old in terms of haircuts, right? And then you
Oh,
have elder clients who are your prestigious clients because you see them every 6 weeks because they have gray hair. And
hmm.
the vast change of personalities daily gives you that motivation because you meet overconfident, you meet ambitious, you meet, insecure, sorry, and you meet young ones, dreamers. And that change or that different interaction of personalities give you a different motivation each time because when I would give you an example, like one day I myself might be not feeling the best. We'd
Right.
always have those days, correct? And then I might
Yes.
meet someone who either is up the ladder, who's confident and doing so well, and that gives me the boost, or I meet somebody who is even feeling lower than I am, and then I'm like, well, okay, my glass isn't half empty but it's half full. So you have to know it's your perception of things and how you
Right.
look at things and how you approach it. So meeting these different personalities also gives me motivation in different ways.
Understood. And customer service is
Correct. Yes, and
critical.
image. Yes, image helps so much. Like we don't look at it. I mean, people the beauty industry and the music industry goes hand in hand with an artistic, creative part of our mindset,
Yes.
right? How we look is how we feel. What we listen to. You would hear a song and you would go down memory lane,
Yes.
and then you would see an outfit or you would see something that has to be identified with an important part of your life. You have a job interview, you want to look your best. You're getting
Right.
married, you want to look the best. You have that, and you channel those moments into your image. And I think that people underestimate this industry because you hold that someone's confidence in your hands. If you
Yeah.
do a good job, that person could either leave feeling great or worse.
Right. Right. So you're saying you cater for all events, all
Yeah,
occasions, and you
different thing.
also bring a
Yes, no
smile as
problem.
well.
Yeah, yeah. And you
That's
you build
awesome.
that relationship with people because I have clients who I've met when they were single. Oh my God, I have a date and I have to
Mm-mm.
look fabulous. Then we move to, oh, we're getting married. Can I book you for this? And then I'm like,
Right.
okay. Then I have a baby shower. And then you build that relationship and then, oh, hey, I'm inviting you to my Christmas party. Can you come? Sure, no problem. When I'm there, I'm like, wait, I'm in all these pictures on your
I
yeah,
love it.
it's not just a business, but a network, a family
Yes.
oriented network. And I guess this is a prime example of what you're doing here because networks like these help build and create and integrate people so much that sometimes it could be overlooked.
Right. And as we spoke before, I mentioned that was the whole purpose is connecting
Correct. Yeah,
everybody. Yes. So we'll put your contact information below for
no
anybody who wants to
problem.
be
That's fine.
beautified.
And
That's
that's the thing
awesome.
because even my contact information is public. So if you Google
Hmm.
it, you actually do get my phone number. You
Nice.
actually do get my email address. You are in contact with me. And I mean, technology is amazing
Yes.
now. Like I'm here where oceans apart and I'm able to have a perfect conversation with you, see you, hear you. The only thing I'm not doing is physically touching you, but I am integrating into that,
Yes.
right? So I think,
Indeed.
yeah, technology has become so great that someone could video call you from another thing and you can have a meeting and you can have a consult and you can discuss things and you could move forward. And I think those things, even COVID helped us to be able to work with technology a
Yes.
little bit more where we weren't. So that's why I would say to people, use the technology, get in contact with me if you need to. I mean, I have full discretion if I think, because you do, when you expose yourself like that, you do
Yes.
have negative and positive feedback. So you just have to know how to create those perimeters and
Yes.
boundaries. That's all.
Absolutely. And so what are your hours of operation?
I
Monday
usually
to
work from 9 to 5, Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
Sundays is my literal day off. I take that off just to sleep
You need
sometimes.
it.
Yeah, I don't, yeah. So, internationally, I travel. So I usually would be in New York for 1 week, Miami and the other, and then Trinidad. So it's a rotation of all three countries.
Okay. Perfect. So then whatever their needs are, they'll get in touch
All
with
right.
you, make
So how
that
it works is
arrangement.
like sometimes Trinidad might be a bit busy. I might be here for a week and a half. Then I flew
Mhm.
off to New York and I have my commitments there as well to both contract and domestic. So I do commercial work as well. Like I work with a lot of ad companies, a lot of music
Ooh,
companies, music videos, artists, embassies. It's amazing, right?
that's incredible.
Corporate,
Congratulations
yeah,
to
from
you.
corporate to even domestic, and what we call domestic is like the regular working class clients, right?
Right.
So I call those domestic clients who would be in the chair, and then my corporate clients are also those. So yes.
Understood. Wonderful. Really amazing. I'm so excited. I wish I had met you sooner to get my hair done when I was
Time
in
is
Trinidad.
everything. So you're never too late. Never. What did they say? Better late than never.
That's right. And then you'll be in New York, so I'm not too far from there. We'll definitely
Mhm.
link up
And
for
Florida
sure.
is like the second home to Trinidad. There are so many
Right.
West Indians in Florida that when I'm there, I'm like, wait, I like think I'm in Trinidad because it's the connection is so easy.
Absolutely. You might want to think about Pennsylvania too,
And
because the amount of,
the thing about it is nothing is left. out of the radar. So if it is that I say yes, well, I don't have to stay a whole week, but I could
Right.
come and do a visit, maybe not every month, but maybe every 2 months. So
That'd
those
be
things are,
fabulous.
I'm open to it as well. So yes.
Yay. And the
You know,
Caribbean community, they're hiding, but I know they're there because I see them here and there, at the produce junction buying bandana and thing. I was like, I see
I
you.
see you. And the
So,
thing is like the Caribbean network is amazing because I would have been in, I think it was New York, and was it New York or Florida? No, it was New York. And I was
mhm.
walking on the streets and I'm just there random. And then this girl just walks up to me. She's like, "You're the Trini hairstylist." And she's
You s-
Guyanese.
oh,
Granny's accent, and she's like, "Oh, my cousins love you," and she keep going on. So you get that. And even when I'm in St. Lucia, and actually that's how I trademarked myself as
mm,
Candice Mohan TT, because everywhere I would go up to the Caribbean, I
yeah.
would have people being like, "You're the Trini girl, you're the Trini girl." And I'm proud of my Caribbean heritage. So of course I'm like, yes, I'm a Trini. Yes.
Yes.
So, and people identify whether you come from Jamaica, St. Lucia, Guyana, it doesn't matter, you're Caribbean.
Yes. And nowadays with the internet, like you said, we can see what everybody's doing. As
All
long
right.
as you're online, we know what's going on.
Yes.
And we're a little bit nosy too, so that's okay.
Well, that's how West Indians are. We travel
Right.
quickly.
Yes. So one question for you is there a defining moment for you that really solidified this is what you want to do as your career?
Yeah, it actually did. I remember, as I said, people can say I can write a book. I can give it the entire encyclopedia, and I will have it as a Netflix series as well.
Go
So
for
I
it.
was at lowest points in my life. And I would say at least that's what I thought was the lowest point. I'm still alive and well. We don't know if it'll have any lower points, but let's hope not. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, it can't get any worse than this, like really. And I remember this day I was going to work, and at that time I didn't have a car. I
Mhm.
was actually traveling from, if you know Trinidad, you know the bus route. So I was from San Juan to Port of
Mhm.
Spain, which is a maxi taxi route that commuters take to go to work. And when I got to City Gate, now this passenger, if you are familiar with Beetham Gardens, it's one of the rougher communities in Trinidad and Tobago, right? And what they consider rough. But I would tell you something, perception is a hell of a thing, because this lady we picked up there, and people would look at these neighborhoods as the worst of the worst, okay? This woman stopped into the bus, and I'm coming out of the maxi, and I'm looking for my wallet, and I can't find my wallet. And I'm like, oh my God,
Mhm.
and I have work to be at, and this lady turns and pays my passage. And she's like, "Hey, this is $20." Like, she's like, "Would it get you to your job?" And it's like, "Yes, because I have to be at work for 7." She's like, "Well, you don't have time to go back home." And I remember this woman telling me this, and she turns around and she's like, "By the way, you look amazing. Like, you look like
Oh.
the way you look and you dress and you speak." I was like, "Thank you so much." She's like, "What do you do?" And at that moment, I was so proud to say, "I'm a hairstylist." And she's like, "Oh, well, you look the part." And she's like, "I hope you have
Oh.
a great day." And then you go to work. And when I got to work that same morning, I had to do Wendy Fitzwilliam. And at that time, it was the first time I would have met her.
Oh, wow.
And I remember so nervous going to meet this woman, and
Oh.
and just having that transfer of energy of meeting that woman who just helped me, who was in a security guard uniform, by the way, who is,
Mm.
put that mindset to me to say, "Hey," and she gave me that $20 to go to work, for me to be able to reach to work, to be able to
Yeah.
do this campaign, because we were doing an ad campaign for, I think it was Trinidad Express at the time, and
Oh,
Wendy was at
wow.
the front cover, so we were doing her image for it at the time. And you see transfer of energy of how people, and you're proud of who you are, and you own your career, and then I went to work and I was
You had a little swag.
like, because she would have
Very
put that
nice.
in me, and the defining moment of I am doing what I'm doing, not for myself, because she made me realize, hey, you matter too. Like,
Right.
and you have
Right.
that moment in your careers that we know, like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
I
And I don't
love
have it,
that.
and I don't have it that particular day, but I have it every single day. And I'm not exaggerating, but this is
Right.
sometimes I'm finished work and I'm telling my assistant, you know, we did good today. Like,
Yes.
you refer because you see that energy you put into people.
I love that.
Yeah. And I think that to me is like, yeah, I really do love what I do.
That's a great, great story. And the
Mhm.
universe puts people in our
That is my
paths
point. So
because you
even,
may never see her again.
and that's the thing, because if you ask me who this woman is today, I
Uh-huh.
can't. I never got her name. I can't even. I mean, I have the idea of what she looks like, but all I
Right.
remember was the security guard uniform because I know the company.
Right.
Okay? But it just shows you how that mindset and it lived on with me every single day
To
after
this
that.
day.
Correct.
Yeah.
And even like doing a client, you have that. And like, hey, this is what I want to do. So I'm reminded of it. Like, even on quiet days, some days you don't get to eat, like you're so busy.
I feel you. I
And then some
understand.
days you have the time. It's like, wow, am I gonna get anybody today? So quiet.
Call me, I'll
But
send you some people.
yeah, COVID was like that. COVID put a
Right.
lot of people into that mode where you get scared and you're like, okay, is this going to be, am I going to recover financially? No. It's been 2 years prior, to the big COVID lockdown in Trinidad. And
Mm-hmm.
I can safely say I'm not financially back to where I was before. I'm even like feeling like I'm at a new beginning and a new start
Right.
because of how much that took away from us.
Yes,
Not
and that is
time.
perfectly understandable, but don't worry, that energy is going to snowball and you're going
and
to
and
get back.
it gives you a chance to, because I reassessed my business module and I made
Hmm.
so many changes that
Right.
are effective.
You see?
In so you see. Mhm.
Sometimes you have to kind of break down and start building over again and you
And you
build
take a
better.
different direction.
Right, right. Well, Candice, you are a delight. Do you have any final messages for our viewers?
You know what? I always try to tell everyone, no matter what it is, no matter what your plan or your career path, your decision may be, keep going and just don't stop. No
I
matter
love
what
that.
it is, you just keep going. Keep focused on what you need to do. And even like you may feel like you may want to stop, but don't stop. If you have to slow down, but don't stop. Just
Right,
keep going because nobody understands your goal until you can show it to them. So
right.
saying to somebody is not gonna help. But when you actually accomplish it, then you can show it to somebody and you can say, well, that is what I was describing when you can believe, people are not going to always believe in you. So you have to make sure that you believe in yourself.
Really well said. What a beautiful way to end this interview. And I want to thank you so much. I hope you come back and let us know how you're
Oh, I'm
doing, what's
here. I
going
would love
on.
to come back and,
Awesome.
keep in connection with everyone. Visit Pennsylvania and
Uh-huh.
anyone out there that, can, well, my information will be shared. So
Yes.
I'm here.
Awesome. Well, say bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.